Mm, Hello. Okay, today I will continue with my live streams. First of all, I announced in Twitter that I am going to do the 100 days of code. This will be the first day of my live streams, my daily live streams coding, and also I will continue with the exercises in exercise, the Golang exercises, and I will not focus on this section learn. I will go in these exercises, the other 100 exercises that the page got. I don't remember. um I don't remember doing this exercise, and and not completely. So I will check. Okay, it gives me nothing. Anyway, let's go. Having having instructions. Calculate the Hamming distance between two DNA strands. Hamming. I will check what that means. Translate. Um, Hamming. Okay, martillo. Hammer. Okay. Distance between two DNA strands. Your body is made up of cells that contain DNA. Those cells regularly wear out and need replacing, which they achieve by dividing into daughter cells. In fact, the average human body experiences about 10 quadrillion cell divisions in a lifetime. When cells divide, their DNA replicates too. Sometimes during the process, mistakes happen and single pieces of DNA get encoded with the incorrect information. If we compare two strands of DNA and count the difference between them, we can see how many mistakes occurred. This is known as the Hamming distance. We read DNA using the letters C, A, J, and T. Two strands might look like this: G, A, C, 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 T, A, blah blah blah. Okay, they have 7 differences, and therefore the Hamming distance is 7. The Hamming distance is useful for lots of things in science, not just biology, so it's a nice phrase to be familiar with. Implementation notes. The Hamming distance is only defined for sequence of equal length, so an attempt to calculate it between sequences of different lengths should not work. You may be wondering about the cases test go. We explain it in the lead exercise. What is this? Lead. Okay, other exercise, I will check that later. Implementation, okay. Mm, Cases test go, okay. Distance is 7. Mm, mm, Okay, I need to read the difference. How can mm, how can I check only characters, letters, instead of the whole word, the whole word? Okay. Go strings package. Okay, I will see the strings package. Can I import format? and I check the length of a word. 0 new format in the length A. One, okay, one word. How to how to how to length of a word. Okay, find the longest word in the Golang. Okay, that might not be very useful to this. Hold on. That's how to get the length of a string. Length ACR. Length of a string. Okay. Why? Okay. No, I don't want to. I only want to know how long it is. Why one? What did I pass? I pass 1. 12, okay. Then B. Get a character. Hello. Okay. That's how you. Hello string. Hello one. Okay. E. Okay. Now I need to go through all the words in both cases. That means I will use only the first one. For I equals 0 and I is less than the length of A and I plus plus. Then I need to I will delete this. I need the that's how okay. Total equals 0 if string A how string okay the word AI is not equals to string B the position of index, then total plus plus it will sum one value to a total and 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 then we will return the total. I don't know why you need to return the error. Maybe okay. What was the last one? Distance 1. But I want to know what was the value that passes. It gives me nothing. Okay, I will use the format package only to know what passes. The format println A, format println B, and then run. I need to know if Both are the same. Maybe disallow first and longer. Okay. Okay. If if length A is not equal to the length of B, return 0 and errors. I need to Golang error package. Errors. Return and handle an error. Okay. Import errors. I would prefer import error errors and then use errors dot new. I remember something like that. Errors dot new. Okay. Errors dot new. Both words are not equal length. Format imported and not used. That was the error. Okay. Drink water. Okay, passes. That's all. Submit. Continue without waiting. Go. Okay. I need to mark as complete. No. This one is easy, gigasecond. Maybe I only enter, but I did nothing with that exercise. Okay. Gigasecond introduction. The way we measure the time is kind of messy. We have 60 seconds in a minute and 60 seconds in an hour. This comes from ancient Babylon, where they use 60 as a basis for the number systems. We have 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and how many days in a month? Well, 4 days in a month depends only on which month it is, but also on what type of calendar is used in the country you live in. What if instead we only use seconds to express time intervals? Then we can use metric systems, prefixes for writing large number of seconds in more easily comprehensible quantities. A food recipe might explain that you need to let the brownie cook in the oven for 2 kiloseconds. That's 2000 seconds. Okay, interesting. Perhaps you and your family will travel to somewhere exotic for 2 megaseconds. That's 2 million seconds. And if you and your spouse were married for 1,000 million seconds, you will celebrate your 1 gigasecond anniversary. For 1,000 million, a billion, a USA billion, your task is to determine the date and time 1 gigasecond after a certain date. A gigasecond is 1,000 million seconds. That is 1 time 9 zeros after 1 with a 9 zeros after it. If you were born on January 24th, 2015 at 22:10 p.m. or 10 p.m., then you will be a gigasecond old on October 2046. 23 hours 46 minutes 40 seconds. I need to, okay, this is a sub file. Package. A second should have a package comment that summarizes what it's about. Okay, import path. Okay, and the second should have a comment documented. Okay, I pass time value. How can I get only the seconds of a time? Okay. Approve. Syntaxis will determine. A gigasecond, okay? A gigasecond. Gigasecond. Okay. 1,000,000,000 seconds, okay? How can I add 1,000,000,000 seconds? I know that a hour had 3,016 3,060 3,600 seconds. How can I add time? I will use time time package. Go time package. T add as the same duration as, okay, add time second. Oh, that's easy. Add time second. Time second is capitalized or not? Is capitalized. Second multiply by 1 2 3 6 9. Oh, okay. And return it. That's all. I mean, I suppose that works. Fail in all of that. Gigaseconds. Want, but I added time. What happened? Mm, mm, this is okay. I will prefer maybe 1,000 seconds. That is almost nothing, but okay. Okay, okay. I need to save the time in the t function. Okay, it passes. Wow, that was very easy. And other one, I forget to mark as complete. Sorry, go to side. Okay. Scrabble score. Instruction. Scrabble is a word game where players place letter tiles on a word to form words. Each letter has a value. A word scored in the sum of its letter values. Instructions. Your task is to compute a word's Scrabble score by summing the values of its letter. The letter are values as follow. A, okay. I will prefer to use switch, okay. Switch for this one. Case A, E, I, O, U, L, N, R, S, T. 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, DG, case, D, G, case, D, C, M, P, case, F, H, P, W, and Y. Case K, case J and X, case Q, C, okay. For example, the word is cabbage, okay. Okay. The word is cabbage, that means that for I equals 0, I is less than the length of the word, I plus, I need to copy all of this and paste here, and then I will use the string, the word, and that's how you use the words. Reopen, close tab, not that. Close tab. Reopen, close tab. Not that. Haming. Not that too. Fuck. How can I reopen? Okay. How to index? Okay, that is. It was string hello. Okay. Word I, okay. And I need the value equals 0, value plus value plus equals to 2, value plus equals 3, value plus equals to 4, value plus equals to 5, value plus equals to 8, and value plus equals to 10. And the last one, that's for all the words, and return the value. Okay, and now test. Syntax unexpected, 15. Okay, here always a syntax error. It happens a lot. Okay, only the A. And lowercase variable letter F. Okay, first of all, the word, I will capitalize to word equals to word to upper here. I remember it was upper. Maybe not. To upper. To upper. Okay. Golang to upper. To upper is okay. Strings to upper. Okay. I need to import strings dot to upper words. And it works. Continue the 10 ways to solve Scrabble score in user scenes. Maybe later. I forget to mark as complete. Show me more exercises. Okay, go to the other leaf. Okay. Introduction. A leap year in the Gregorian calendar occurs in every year that is evenly divisible by 4. Unless a year is evenly divisible by 100, in which case it's only a leap year. If a year is also evenly divisible by 400. Examples. 1997 was not a leap year as it's not divisible by 4. 9000 is not divisible by was not a leap year as it's not divisible by 400. 2000 was a leap year. Okay, that's a really easy one. If year is divided by 4 and the modulo is 0, return true, otherwise return false. Maybe this is a way that I can use the modulo value. Year divisible by 100, not divisible by, okay. Unless the year is evenly divisible by 100, in which case only a leap year if a year is also a leap year. Okay. First of all, if year is divisible by 100, if year mm, if year is greater than 100, if year and I will prefer the if year is divisible by 100, okay, return true, otherwise return false. Return true. Unexpected false. 9 return. Yeah, and that's all. Man, this was easy. So easy. Um, the isogram. Isogram. Instructions. Determine if a word or phrase is an isogram. An isogram, also known as non-patterned word, is a word or phrase without a repeating letter. However, spaces and hyphens are allowed to appear multiple times. Example: lumberjacks, background, downstream, 6-year-old, and hyphens. Okay, okay, I will go for I equals 0, I is less than a length of the word, and I plus plus. Mm, I need to I need to travels through all the world. If not, the I is j equals 0. J is less than worth. No. Then will be I plus 1. I plus 1 -1 and j plus plus. I will go through the whole word, comparing the first letter to the second letter, and then the third, fourth, fifth, and then the others. But when I go to the second letter, I will read into since the third letter, fourth letter, fifth letter, and the rest of the letter. And when I reach the last one letter, not the last one, the last one, translate the penultimate letter, I will go only that letter and the last one letter. If, and then I will compare, if string word I is equals to string word j, state equals to false, and then I will go to state equals true. No, return false. But if it never enters there, I will return true. Okay, what is failed? Alphabet. True. Okay, I think that maybe the A, the lowercase a doesn't count as the same letter as lowercase a. So import format format in the line word I, and then format in the line word j. Well, at least it doesn't return an error, and that's good. That means that I went through the whole word without an errors. But I print where this doesn't return the errors. Where it was what I was printing. Oh, okay. Returns true. Okay, I will check. Alpha. Okay. Import strings words equals strings to lower words, and now it will work. I know it will work. Okay, the last one was 6-year-old. Okay. Okay. Oh, I know the character is non-alphabet. Unicode. Here got other word. Golang. No, the Python. Okay. I will not change how there's word. Python. Mhm. This is not Golang, it's Golang. Yes. Community alterix. Golang. Only read with hardware is alphabetical. Go okay. These letters Unicode. Unicode, okay. Fourth strings Unicode is letter okay. Or false. Returns false if equal is letter worth I, and that's all, no? I am only checking if there is if Unicode is letter. Okay, the string. Sorry if I don't speak a lot, but I am concentrated. So there you can use string worth I, value type string. Okay. Golang, Golang Unicode is letter. C, branch mixed. Okay, I will use instead. Nah, I will not use that. Okay, I will go to ChatGPT. I don't know if I have an account here. At least from my account. Oh, of developer. Mm, no, I don't have to. Mm, okay, I don't have. What is there? The problem is that Unicode is there expects a round on the string. You convert word which is a byte into a string, but Unicode is there run. Okay, I will use run instead of word. Run is not a value as an integer or something like that, and it passes. That means that when you go through a hyphen letter, hyphen character, it ignore. Okay, what else? Isogram, no. Difference of squares. The square of sum. Instruction. Find the difference between the square of the sum and the sum of the square of the first n natural numbers. The square of the sum of the first 10 natural numbers is 1 plus 2 plus, you know, through 10, for example, for the 10 first numbers. And then I need to multiply potential, I don't know, but twice. So that means that I returns 3025. The sum of the square of the first 10 natural numbers. That's all of them. The square of the 1 is 1, the square of 2 is 4, for 3 is 9, and then we need to sum off those values. Hence the difference between the squares of the sum and the first 10 natural numbers and the sum of the square of the first 10 natural numbers, which is 3025 minus 385 equals to 2640. You are not expected to discover an efficient solution to this yourself or from first principles. Research is allowed, indeed encourage finding the best algorithm for the problem is a key skill. Okay, square of sum. Square of sum, okay. First of all, for I equals to 1, and then I need I is less or equal less equal than n and I plus plus. That means that value equals to 0 and value is plus equals to I, and then value equals to value multiplied by value, sum of squares. Okay, um, values equals to integer and got nothing. And the same thing for I equals to 1, I is less and equals to n, I plus plus. I need to append. First of all, I need to new value equals to I multiplied by I, and then I need to append values equals to append values and the new value. I remember that it's something like that, and the total equals to 0, and then I need to do the same thing, equals to 0, I is less than values, the length of the values, I plus plus, and what else? I multiply total. I need to sum all the values is plus equals to values I, and return. Well, I will print the first two. I need to know if I am doing it well. Okay, missing return. Where? Ah, I don't need this. Okay, I need this. Return value multiplied by value. See, it's test difference. Okay, the first one works. That's what. Okay, I thought that it wouldn't work, but it works. So that means that I need to the square of sum on sum of squares. Okay, I need to get the square of sum equals to the square of sum at the end, and the sum of squares equals to sum of squares at the end, and I need to return square of sum less sum of squares, and that's all. This was kind of easy and works. How else couldn't work? Of course it will work. It will work. Confirm. Of course. Show me more exercise. No. Loon. This exercise is available. Okay. Given a number, determine whether or not it is valid per the Loon formula. The Loon formula, okay. I never heard of this Loon formula. Creator IBM, scientist Hans Peter Lund. The Lund algorithm is a simple checksum formula used to validate a variety of identification numbers, such as credit card numbers and Canadian social insurance numbers. The task is to check if a given string is valid. Validating a number. Strings are of length 1 or less are not valid. And spaces are allowed in the input, but they should be stripped before checking. All other non-digit characters are disallowed. Example. This is a credit card number. Okay. The first step of the Luma algorithm is to double every second digit, starting from the right we will double it. From the second, every second digit. Okay. Double this. 6, 12, 30. Okay. 30. 4 equals 8. 0 is 0. 9 is 19. 6, 1. Okay. 3, 6, 4. Okay. Then sum all of the digits. Okay. 8, 5, 6. No. If the sum is evenly divisible by 10, then the number is valid. This number is valid. Example to it. Okay. So this number is not valid. Okay. I will check that later with my credit card because wow, that was I am kind of curious for that, to be honest. Let me check later. Okay. ID string. Okay, I need to go for I equals 0. I is less than length of the ID. I plus plus. ID. I no. The first one. So since the first one I need to equals 2. Okay. ID I equals to double the number. Okay. Value equals to the value is equals to the number, the ID, integer, if value is greater than 9. I will only use the value plus plus, and then the ID I equals to the last one. How can I get the last one value of the string? Okay, I know how to do that. The word is string of value, and then the length of value less -1, and then okay, I need to format return false. I don't care what I am returning, but I need to know that I am doing the the values. I am summing the values well. So I need to print ln ID, and then I need to print the format, print ln ID. The 12. Okay. How can I Golang in Golang? How can I change a character from a string? Okay. Are immutable. Convert to byte. The first byte change the character index 1. Clear. Okay, I need to IDI. I need. Okay. New word equals to byte of ID, and then new word value new word in the I position, the index position is equals to length value minus 1, and then the string, the ID needs to be equal to string new word. And let's run test. Okay, new word, not name, new word 1, the 31. That's right. I declared it before. Say operation cannot index value. Variable of type int. Okay. First one byte ID equals value. Oh, okay. String. No, a string. The value. Then okay. Okay, I'm confused. Sorry for that. It passes an hour. An hour. Right. Did you hear the noises at beer car mating? Every time passes. I would check. Wow, they're so beautiful, to be honest. But when I go to the window, they went, they ran off. Word, byte ID, no. Okay, I will delete this because I was confused. Okay, this here got every two values from the right to the left. Okay, that means that this will be ID -1. This will be if I is greater than 0, and then this will be I less equals to 2. I will delete this. I only not want to know if I return false. Format bring the length the value. Zero 5 9. But what? Why? Okay, 2. Okay, a simple value thing that remains. Okay, I need to if ID length of ID is less than 2, return false. String are not value. Okay, I need to print the ID, and then I need to print the position string ID position I. The 9. Okay. That's not good. I need to start from the second one. 5. Okay. What else? 9. What happened here? Can I return nil to view all, to get all errors, all of the exercises? Can I use nil as fuck? Fine. It doesn't bring anything. Less than 1 maybe. I will check that later. The 8, the 4, What? Why? It's supposed to return me every. Ah, shit. The length is 5. Okay. The 8. Okay. The space. I need to trim. No, I don't need to trim. 8. Yeah, I get it. If okay, it got this. I need to see about these results. Okay, the thing that I need is those seconds. Somebody, I only need to zoom the list, so that means that I need to trim, reopen, close up. Where is here? Okay, how to trim edit star number to only get then I mean got it. Okay, trim kernel, replace all. That's all. Mm, that's strings. Okay, string and two. Okay, first of all I need to ID and okay, the ID equals to strings string re replace all the ID with the five. Okay, that's good. I don't know why this returns an error, but okay. 4 4 5. Okay, it's 8 4 5 and the 0. 8 4 4 5 8 4 5 0. Okay, 8 4 5 0. Okay, 3 2 9 no 3 3 1 8 6 6 4 2. Okay, I want to know why the first one got me an error. The fifth. Okay, that's all. Okay. Instructions. I need to change the number. Okay, if format string. Okay. Mm, I need to get a number. Okay. First of all, I need to change the value. Okay. And this new value equals to run byte, 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 byte of ID, byte of ID, byte of ID. Okay, the new value I equals to now. First of all, okay, I will use that later. Hmm. Um, okay, value equals to ID I multiply by 2 if value is greater than 9, greater than 10, greater than 9. That means that the value plus plus is got this. I need to replace the value of this number with the last digit. Mm, string of value string b. Okay, string of value len value minus 1 and dots and id equals to new value to strings. Okay, I will format string id. I know it. Okay, format string len id. The value operation cannot use. Oh, let me a second, please. I need to go to other place. And what were we doing? Okay, let's continue. Mm. One, byte ID. Valid information can be variable type byte. Why? Where to byte? Oh, the valid operation cannot index value. Index value, but ID is a string. Index values, nothing like an index. Twenty-one 35 of type byte. 35 valid argument 40 21. Okay, why 21 both of those? I mean, this is 21 and this is 22. Okay, I don't get it. I will use this only for a moment. Okay, let's look closely at what you wrote. New value ID, okay. Value is not a byte. Value is a byte or run, depending on your code. Okay. Value is not a byte. Value is an integer. We call length value. I will delete this. Okay, if value equals 1, how can I get last? I will use I will prefer to use value. Value is a number, okay? Format, println value equals string value and the length of string value minus 1. Value operation value mismatch type into string and byte, okay? Maybe this string and type 21 39 string value string and in type integer, okay? Minus 1. No. Okay, it works. Why? value equals to cancel. I will use the format print because I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to use the format print to format s print. Okay, value 107. Okay. 59. Okay. I know what is happening. The value ID, value, format print number, print the length, the value. String ID, format print ID, the ID, but ID. I used to, I think that it was only a number, a digit, 5. 5 multiplied by 2 is equals to 10. Why do you give me 106? Number value 10? Why 107, 106? Okay. 88. Okay, string ID 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, but why 5 multiplied by 2 is 106? 0 what happened? Okay, I get it. I will delete all of this and then but why value? What I declare value? Value I declare value here. Multiplied by 2, okay. Format print and then xd format print and then idi multiplied by 2. multiply. 5 multiplied to 2 equals 106. In what universe? First, I need to always greater than 9. Convert to digit. Convierte en un dígito. It converts to a digit. Less. No. ID by y. 5 multiplied by 2 is 106. Okay, 53. 5 to 5 number. I will use this. Maybe this. Okay. Value. I would prefer to. Ah, fuck. Okay. I will delete all of these. E auxiliar is equal to E. Then ID 5. And then I will use to format no. And auxiliar is equals to multiply by 2, and then if aux is greater than 9, aux plus plus, then I will use the last digit, the character equals to string auxiliar len. I will use aux to string auxiliar, and then I will use the character equals to aux to string length of aux to string minus 1, and then I will try to format print character format print ln equals to character. I need to be sure. Conversion from 21. Conversion from string gives a string or of one room. It's not a room, fuck. For fuck's sake. It's supposed to be an integer. No. Why? But I declare as a string as an integer. Read it as a no, instead of entangled ID is a byte. Mm, okay. Hello? Is anybody there? Why we have weirdly man the string conversion number of those kind of things in Golang sucks to be honest. This doesn't appeal to beginners. You really have to know what are you doing because you may be lost fast. ID is a byte. I told you. How to string. I I told her. Convert string up. Not signify number. Okay. I need to import str count. I told her auxiliary string str count. I told her auxiliary. Okay, now I will run it. I always forgot about that package, stream conversion. And maybe now it will work, okay? Okay. What if I don't put the -1 there? 55, 59, 59. Yeah, I will be back later. Like this, in that exercise. Okay, I didn't mark as complete this one. Return to exercises. Resistor color. Okay, instructions. If you want to build something using a Raspberry Pi, you'll probably use resistors. For this exercise, you need to know two things about them. Each resistor has a resistance value. Resistors are small, so small in fact that if you print the resistance value on them, it will be hard to read. To get around this problem, manufacturers print color-coded bands onto the resistor to denote the resistance. Okay, let me please. And I'm back. Okay. While we were doing, okay, each resistor has a resistor value. Resistors small. To get around this problem, manufacturers print color-coded bands onto the resistance to the tone to denote the resistance values. Each band has a position and a numeric value. The first two bands are of resistors. They have a simple recording scheme. Each color maps to a single number. On this exercise, you are going to create a helpful program so that you have to remember the values of the bands. The colors are encoded as follows. Okay, switch. The goal is this exercise is to create a way to look up the numerical value associated with a particular color band. To list the different band colors. Mnemonics map mnemonics map colors to the number that use when store an array to have it mapped. Okay, electronic color code. Return the list of the code of all icons. Okay. Colors string black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, gray, white, and return color. And then I need to return the value. Okay, switch color, case black, return 1, case return 0, case blue, case brown, return 1, return case red, return 2, case orange, return 3, case yellow, return 4, case green, return 5, case blue, return 6, case violet, return 7, case gray, return 8, case white, return 9, and that's all. Maybe I need to return a 0. Easy return to the 1, return 0. Okay, maybe it got some problem because I write it. Okay. Man, this one was a little bit harder than Hello World, but nothing more than that. Show me more exercises, okay? Space age, okay? Instructions. Given an age in seconds, calculate how old someone will be on Mercury orbital period 0.2408467 years, okay? So if you're told someone were a billion seconds old, you should be able to say that they are 31.69 years old. If you're wondering why Pluto didn't make a cut, go watch this YouTube video. Okay, we all know that YouTube that Pluto is in a planet. No, the actual length of one complete orbit of the Earth around the Sun is closer to 365.256 days, one sidereal year. The Gregorian calendar has an average 365.2425 days. While not entirely accurate, 365.25 is the value used in this exercise. See year on Wikipedia for more ways to measure a year. I need to please implement the age function. Seconds, planet, okay? First of all, switch planet, type planet. Switch planet. Okay, what the fuck? I need some stock help, yes. But why? Okay, first of all, we need to conception, description test. Actual expected expectation, DC planet, Mercury, return 0. Okay, planet equals if planet Earth equals to return 1. How to planet Earth undefined type? What the fuck? How can man this is so ridiculous. ChatGPT. How to declare some of type string function texture size. Now I see you're working on exercise goal track spacing. Yeah, I know, but orbital periods, planet. I, 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 ah, okay. If planet equals to return 2, return, return 1, return 2. Okay. Planet, planet. That planet is a string, right? Okay. Switch planet case as a way I want to do is Mercury return 0.2408467. Case Venus return 0.61519726. Case Earth return 1. Case Mars return 1.88081515158. I would prefer to copy and pasting and copy and pasting and copy and pasting. Case Jupiter return 11. Case Saturn return 29. And that 29 years? Man, that's a lot. Uranus return 84. Neptune 164 years. That's more than any human life. Case Neptune return 164. Return 0. Maybe this is a way that I have to do, or maybe not. Where? 11, okay. The space age. So if you told me you should be able to say that you're 31. Thanks. 31. Oh, okay. Give an age in seconds to calculate how old someone will be on second. Ah, for a year. Okay. I need suppose that's a year. Convert a year in seconds. Seconds, so planet time because seconds divided by 355.25 and then returns time multiplied by time multiplied by time multiplied by time multiplied by no multiplied divided by divided by time divided by and time divided by, and then it will be okay. TM, always the syntax errors. Okay, all of those. Okay, wait, what? Oh fuck. H on Earth. I pass it. Sequence 300. Divided. Okay. Divided by 24 hours. Divided by 24 hours. Divided by 60 minutes. And divided by 60. Invalid planet cause error. Okay. Sun. Default return -1. When it passes, the mark as complete. Show me more exercises. Overview. Nucleotide count. Okay. Instructions. Each of us inherits from our biological parents a set of chemical instructions known as DNA that influence how our bodies are constructed. All known life depends on DNA. No, you don't need to understand anything about nucleotides or DNA to complete this exercise. Okay, that's good. DNA is a long chain of other chemicals, and the most important are the four nucleotides: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. A single DNA chain can contain a billion of these four nucleotides, um, and the order in which they occur is important. We call the order of these nucleotides in a bit of DNA a DNA sequence. We represent a DNA sequence as an ordered collection of these four nucleotides, and a common way to do that is with a string of characters such as ATTAG for a DNA sequence of six nucleotides. Let me check a second. I need to know how to pronounce that word because I know that I will say it constantly. So translate nucleotides. Okay. Of nucleotides, and a common way to do that is with a string of characters such as a give a string representing a DNA sequence. Count how many of each nucleotide is present. If the string contains characters that aren't A, C, G, or T, then it's invalid and you should signal an error. Okay. Implementation. You should define a custom DNA with a function count that outputs two values: a frequency count of the given DNA stands, an error if there are invalid methods. Okay, that means that I need to import errors. Which is a good type for a DNA stand? Which is the best Go types to represent the output values? Take a look at the rest of the cases to get a hint about what could be a possible input. Okay. Histogram is a mapping for the flow rate to its count in given DNA. Choose a suitable data type. Okay, let me check a second something. Histogram is a mapping for the flow rate to its count in given DNA. Choose a suitable data type. Okay, type histogram. I need to choose. That DNA is a list of nucleotides. Choose a suitable data type. Count generates a histogram valid nucleotides in the given DNA. Returns an error if it contains an invalid nucleotide. Count is a method on the DNA type. A method is a function with a special receiver argument. The receiver appears in its own argument list between the func keyword and the method name. Here the count method has a receiver of type DNA named B. Okay. The DNA type. That's a method of DNA string. I think that it will be a string. No, okay. Giving. What I am giving? Count. Histogram. I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? Start here. Anyway, we represent DNA sequences. I know that. Giving a representation of DNA, for example, count. Count that outputs two values. A frequency count for the DNA stand. A map of string. How can I make a map key? I don't remember. Key organize string it. Okay. Map string it. Okay, that's good. Giving a string representation, a DNA sequence. Okay. That counts how many of each nucleotide is represented as its string contains a character that are included string. But it sounds ringing. This will be an interface, maybe. I don't get it what I have to do, to be honest. I'm kind of lost. Yeah, I do that. The string, okay. I need to declare a histogram. That's what I expected. What the fuck I have to do? Age. Oh, histogram. This is pretty bad exercise to be honest. I need to build the exercise particularly. And that doesn't make sense to be honest. C1, G1, and T2. I, to be honest, I don't like this exercise. It's a bad one. The issues. I would prefer to do the other one because this doesn't have make sense to me. RNA transition. If I see something like, okay, that's better. Introduction. You work for a bioengineering company that specializes in developing therapeutic solutions. Your team has just been given a new project to develop a target therapy for a rare type of cancer. Okay. Instructions. Your task is determine the RNA complement of a given DNA sequence. Both DNA and RNA strands are a sequence of nucleotides. The four nucleotides found in DNA are adenine A, cytosine C, guanine G, and thymine. Thymine. Thymine C. The four nucleotides in RNA are adenine A, cytosine C, guanine G, and uracil U. The given DNA strand is transcribed RNA strand is formed by replacing each nucleotide with this complement. Okay? Given a DNA strand, its transcribed RNA strand formed by replacing each nucleotide with its complement. Okay. For I equals 0, I is less than length of DNA and I plus plus. Okay. RNA equals to nothing to an empty string of characters. Okay. If switch switch DNA I case G RNA plus equals C case C RNA plus equals to G case T RNA plus equals to A case A RNA plus equals to U, and then we return the RNA. It's supposed to be doing well. Cannot convert G on type string constant. Okay. Maybe string 7. Yes, and it passes. Okay, these exercises are very easy to practically understandable. Okay, I know that I can understand it, but I mean, I know that I can do it, but they are, it's hard to understand what the problems told. I see something. What is it? Like games or something like that. And it was cute, to be honest. Train. Okay. Instruction. Implement the keep and discard operation on collections, given a collection and a predicate on the collection's element. Keep return a new collection containing those elements where the predicate is true, while discard returns a new collection containing those elements where where the predicate is false. Example: giving the collection of numbers, keep and discard function. Okay, home keep and home discard. For example, giving the collection numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the predicate is number even, then you keep operating should produce 2, 4, while discard operation should produce 1, 3, 4. Keep discards. Note that the union keeps discard is all elements. The function keep may be called keep and discard, or maybe need different names in order to not do that. You will need type parameters, aka generics, to solve this exercise. They are not part of the exercise syllabus. They can generics. Okay. I remember generics in Java. T comparable in I need to use the generics. Okay. T comparable index C comparable C index. Okay. Index return the index of its n or -1 if not found. Mm, if b if e are is equals to x, branch x. Okay, okay. The index and the value is equals to x. Okay. Ah, okay, okay. Array and the element. Return 1, otherwise return 0. Index. Mm, the function may be called keep and restriction. Keep your hands off the reader reject what Kamal call it functionality provided by your standard viewer. So this use only the other basic tools instead. Collections. Be comparable. Given a collection a new predicate on the collections element, keep returning a new collection containing okay t x. Okay. Okay, okay. Keep. And we need to return and here I will I want to know if I can I return uh genetics this something like this instead of what what int and slices of it. Mm, int. Okay. I I asked for a array of t. Well, here you got once. Okay, forget about that. Even keep if even mm, if even if even mm, keep even keeps for I equals to, no, I will go to the, for IV, okay, the branch S, branch S, if I divided by 2 even, okay, because 0 even gives append keeps and the value, yes, else keeps and return keeps. Okay, ranch. I know that it will return the errors. Cannot infer E or define D. Compare, comparable. Where is comparable? Later I will check what was happening, but that's all from for today. Maybe I will return later in the evening. I will not coding like this anymore. I want to build a project. I will I will using the Golang IDE, and I will maybe I will log. No, I think that I will log on a video later today. So that's all. See you tomorrow, or maybe